How to repair a car splash shield. As you can see, this engine splash shield is in really bad shape. Virtually every screw hole is torn and there's also a few cracks, a 2-inch hole and a section is missing. First we need to give it a good clean and remove any grime, especially around any damaged sections. Next, sandpaper around those damaged areas, as this will provide a good key to our fix using fiberglass. You can also attain improved resin grip by scoring the plastic with a utility knife. I've placed blue masking tape on the opposing smooth side of the damaged areas. Fiberglass should be applied outside in a shaded area or in a well ventilated room. Now to cut 2 small fiberglass patches for each of the damaged areas. Use gloves and eye protection when using resin. Add some catalyzer to the resin and thoroughly mix them together. Spread the resin with a brush or by pouring small amounts onto the fiberglass patches. Let the resin soak into the fiberglass. You will know when this has happened, as the fiberglass will change from being white to virtually transparent. Try to remove any air bubbles by pushing them out with a fiberglass roller or with a brush. You can also pop any air bubbles with a knife. Fiberglass drying times can vary greatly due to the amount of catalyzer used, altitude, ambient temperature and humidity. You need to return every 20 minutes to check on the drying process. It is far easier to trim drying fiberglass when it has reached a semi-hard gelatin state. The best tool for doing this is a general purpose knife. If you return too late and the fiberglass has gone rock hard, you will need to trim off any excess with a Dremel type cutting disc. Now I'm sanding the area next to the missing section, and there is also a large crack which is easier to fix from underneath. As mentioned before, you can also score the area with a knife to help the resin bind to the plastic. I've cut an oversized piece of fiberglass for the missing section, and later on I will cut the fiberglass to the shape required. Next I placed an old melamine door beneath the missing section. It has been polished with some car wax to stop the resin binding to the door. As before, I mix up some resin and catalyzer, but this time I'm adding some black pigment dye. This wasn't really necessary, as later on I'll be painting the fiberglass black. Let the resin soak in and roll out any air bubbles. Here I'm fiberglassing the large crack that was difficult to repair on the opposite side due to there being ribbed reinforcement. Now I hang the shield to dry, but as before I return every 20 minutes to check the drying process. The fiberglass has now reached the semi-hard gelatine state. I'm now drawing a paper template from the opposite side, which will then be reversed to form as a cutting guide. Now to remove the excess fiberglass with a general purpose knife, then we leave it to dry for another 24 hours. A quick inspection and all looks well, but the new section needs some additional fiberglass reinforcing on the opposite side. Off camera I cut out the drain hole before the fiberglass was fully cured. The fiberglass is fully cured and now I'm applying a black underbody paint to the repaired areas. You can paint fiberglass with latex acrylic paint, but polyurethane or epoxy paints are more durable. Now to drill the screw and drain holes. Apply some more paint over the exposed fiberglass hose. And here we have the final results. Not a bad job, and I'm happy, as the cost of a new shield from a dealership would have set me back around $250. Aftermarket splash shields are generally cheaper, but I couldn't find one for my car. If the video was useful, please consider giving it a like or subscribing to my channel. Many thanks.